combat that or to tackle that. So she was going to be the next. She was talking about the Joseph one.
So I kind of feel like my mind has been so blown the whole week that I just can't even imagine what's going on for the students. We've covered devising, we've had people like Bev Kennedy and David Harris, talking about just devising shows and sheet music and arrangements and things like that. We had a wonderful forum where we had a great discussion about cabaret.
Big ideas in small form. And I think that's where, if you understand that about cabaret, you can extrapolate that into varying.
What we really wanted to do was bring in people who are aspiring cabaret performers or developing cabaret performers, and sort of on a range between people who would like to do cabaret, have never done it before, to people who have started to do it and are progressing as performers, and bring them into the haze where we have really great, high-profile, experienced people both performing here and coming here to work with in the workshop, and just bring them into a space where they can talk to these people and ask the questions to fill in their gaps of knowledge, or ask them for advice on writing shows, producing shows, choosing music for shows, all the whole gamut of things, and just bringing them together with people who are actually doing this work already.
It's been amazing. I mean, there's no way that I'd be able to meet this amount of people in such a short amount of time. The mentors are incredible. Obviously, Queenie, who's led us through the whole experience. And then the second week, getting to work with, someone as high profile as Max Lambert, that's been very rewarding and learnt heaps. And I came into the course with an idea for a show. It's, gone from something very small with the guidance of all of these mentors to something that's actually feasible rather than just a concept.
MARIKA, Aubrey's session was brilliant about all the do's and don'ts of cabaret performing, and then NATALIE GAMSU coming in and talking about performing in New York and in South Africa, and the whole possibilities of what's out there internationally.
And black, white, gay, straight, just desperate for something that would help us all express what was going on outside.
And then amazing workshops with people like Brendan McLean, who talked all about social media.
So the first night I built it up, it got about 80,000 views because it went on BuzzFeed, which was pretty exciting for me.
And Gary Scale coming and talking about, devising and directing for cabaret and how different that is with his experience with Fat Swan. And we've still got, Neil Gooding coming in to talk about budgets, the sexiest stuff about cabaret.
The people that surprised me were like Lisa Campbell and Neil Gooding, who gave us so much information.
I tried to get as much practical advice as I could about submitting a cabaret show to festivals. I'm very fortunate to have a number of cabaret festivals across Australia now, and they all have a submission process.
You've got to be aware that if you don't plan that like a producer from the start, what will get smushed is actually your performance, which is the whole reason you started.
I was drawn to like Queenie and David Harris and iOTA, just going, wow, I can't believe you get to meet and have a chat with these people, see how they've done it.
Well, I dreamed I saw the silver spaceships.
The best part that I took from the whole course is really giving a little bit of yourself to the audience when you're out there performing. It's about feeling the song and really knowing what you're singing and how it relates to you so that you can share that story with the audience. So in week 2, we were joined by Max Lambert, who's this fabulous musical director. So he's joined us on the Monday, and we talked through what the students were doing with their own shows. So they came out of Monday with an outline of their own shows. And then Tuesday, we started the last part of the course. We started with just a phrase to get us started to create something, which was the colour red for our production. And we just brainstormed. We used all the exercises that we learnt in week 1 about devising, and we started coming up with a show. And it was so beautiful, it was so playful, and the students were so incredibly creative with the stuff that they came up with, and we just built this performance from scratch. It was fantastic. I was so proud of everybody.
We can already tell by the way these guys are engaging with the course and engaging with each other and engaging with the artists that come in, that they're clever and they're curious and they're talented, and that's what you need to be a good cabaret performer.
I can't believe how much I've learnt in the last 14 days, and it feels like my brain's going to explode a little bit, but in a really good way.
And basically that performance is kind of the end of their learning, you know, is the final kind of piece in the puzzle, I suppose, where they get to feel what it is to perform in front of an audience in a cabaret sort of setting. I can't wait for next year.
I can sing a rain